We're going live. So we are inside the closet. Let's record. Not that you're going to go live or everyone's going to know, but let's do this stuff right now. Yes, the Rode mic. We will record now. Hey. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Alone in My Head podcast. I'm here live inside my closet because this is where I have to record, right? Even presently, I have my mother, my brother, and my two children, which is fantastic. I'm really happy they're here. It's great for them to be here, but for me to record a podcast is merely impossible. And it's been like that the past couple episodes because I just have nowhere to go because there's always someone in the room or someone is just in the area. So what I would like you to know is I'm inside my closet, and I'll show you my closet later. Well, this is Nat's side. My closet's over there, and it's just way too big. It's like a New York City apartment, pretty much. If you live in a city, this walk-in closet would be perfectly, I think, good enough for a apartment in New York City. Anyway, we're going to talk about what's in my head, and based off this week, I would like to give you an update of things are good, things are cool, but there's a lot of things I think about, and the one which I'm probably going to expand more into another episode is self-worth. Right, and I ask myself a lot about this self-worth, and I wrote something called Not Worth It. Now, it's not a poem, right? It's just me completely, I guess you could say, vomiting out of my brain, vomiting out of my thoughts. And I always think about self-worth because a lot of posts always say, like, know your self-worth. Is your worth it? Is this going to be your self-worth? Stuff like that. Like, what is your worth? What is your self-worth? I was like, yeah, I think people understand their self-worth, meaning especially occupational, right? They understand that because they went to college and they worked this many years, they are worth this much amount of money. Say, like, you got a job when you first started, you made $50,000, and then you got a raise, and now you're worth 55, and now 60, and then when you apply for another job, of course, everyone knows their worth. Right, but what is your self-worth? And I don't know. I kind of don't believe many people have a really high self-worth. Because how can you have self-worth if everyone's self is based off other people's beliefs? So, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm way off. I'm completely wrong. But, like, whenever I think of my self-worth, is like, how much, what you think you're worth, and I say nothing. Like, for me, my self-worth, obviously, in the time, especially in the times of when I'm low, I feel like, no, I'm not worth shit. Why? I don't know. Because if I put something behind it, right, and now I have to be worth something, it's based off how other people feel or how I want them to feel about me. So is that myself? Is that really how I feel about myself? What do you feel that you're worth? I don't know. And maybe it's because of the years of the profession that I chose, or the professions that I have chosen, right? The career paths that I have. Sure, I have people think I'm worth a lot. But then when it comes to monetary value, I'm not worth anything. Right? Like, if you have me, people that know me, right? I've given them a life-changing experience for years. But then some people, if I have to put a value behind it, do not think I'm worth that much. And that's the problem with our field, fitness, coaching, even karate classes, jujitsu. What are the things that you pay for, like, on the side, right? That's exercise. Literally, we're we're exercising, giving you medication without medication, right? A natural form of medication to make you feel better, to give you the right path, to take your mind off the things that stress you out, which is usually things that give you money or not give you money. But we did all those things, and this group of people, oh no, sorry, hey live people, this thing just stops all the time. I only get 5 minutes per clip. So thanks for coming out live. And you don't get this other stuff on the podcast. So if you're live on YouTube, this is the way it goes, right? So is today the 3rd? Today's the 3rd. I only get to record 5 minutes, 13 seconds. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but if that doesn't work out, you guys are gonna get posted. And if this shit doesn't work out, I don't care. Fucking whatever. We'll see what happens here. We will see what happens here. Record now. Do I not get? No, I got bars. Sorry, people. What the fudge? Where's my library? I'll go back to my library. For some reason, this is not working. See? This is not working. I'm gonna fucking... What the fuck is going on here? Is it because I'm in the closet? You just logged me out? What the fuck is going on? Invalid user. Yo, I don't know what's happening here, but it says I'm here. Guys, I apologize. Please don't hang up on me. You can fast forward. I can't edit it, so I'm not editing it. I don't understand what's going on here. It says to log me in. Yeah, motherfucker, do that shit. Come on. I'm fucking going live here, and now you're being like a dickhead. So Anchor.com, Anchor.fm is being a little prick face right now, and it's not allowing me to make my podcast, which is fairly annoying, since you guys are the one that is not getting the benefit out of this because some bullshit. What the fuck are you going so? What are we doing here? Why is this taking forever? I don't know. Oh, here we go. See, now I'm lost. Now I know where I'm at. Because this fucking, hey, Anchor.fm, you fucking suck. That's why other people use other platforms. You know, what's going on here? Anyway, like, what's our self-worth, right? That's what I was talking about. And I'm not, so the thing I wrote was called Not Worth It. And here's what I wrote in a very not structured or edited manner. I give everything I can and everything I did, but couldn't focus on the one thing that I had to pay the bills. My bills were over $12,000 a month, which people never knew or understand. All I wanted to do was help people, but people resisted the amount of money they had to pay because I'm not worth it. I had $12,000 per month to keep the roof open because the years go high and inflation happens and then the bills pack up and then energy, and people don't see that. And I'm trying to help every single person inside the gym, but also have to fight for people to understand if we are worth it or not. So obviously I made no money, right? So at the end of the day, I made no money, but I worked my ass off for fucking years, right? It's so weird. It's so weird. Therapy through fitness. That's what I did. I gave the people a reason to slow down. I gave the people a reason to live better lives, to do something, to get out of their heads, to use movement as a way to heal, to set better patterns and better habits in their lives, to build relationships, to get off medication and enjoy something in their life, giving them something to look forward to. Right? That's what I gave people, but I'm not worth it. And the fucked up thing is that I never wanted it. I don't want the money. I would rather train people for free. And people don't understand that. But I had no choice than to charge an amount of money that I have because my bills were $12,000 per month. You imagine if your bills were $12,000 per month. Yeah, it would suck, I'm sure. I never wanted it, but I had to pay bills, and that kept me from doing what I really wanted to do. Instead, I had to conform to a business plan that would help me at least get by. And all I got was a hug and 35 text messages from people I had to answer, but they aren't feeling up to par, which I didn't mind at all. But most doctors would get paid $1 million for that service, but because I'm not a doctor or a therapist or a licensed therapist, that I didn't count. But you are looking for competitive prices because I'm not worth it. And that's what you end up feeling. You know, that's how you end up looking at yourself as, because you do all these things. People give you the best feedback that you're changing their lives, that you're helping them in so many ways, that you've done so well for them. And then at the end of the day, when I say, this is the amount that we're going to charge per month for the service that we render, I get the resistance. And now, because of that price, I'm no longer worth it. But if you went to the doctor, or if you did something of that nature and needed to get medicine, it's not even a thought, right? No big deal. I'm going to pay these, and these medical people get paid an enormous amount of money. And for us gym owners, as much as we put into it, we never get back the same amount. And if you do, you have a greater business model than I do, because I am not that type of person. I'm not a load my gym up with 1,000 people and then not give a fuck about them ever. That's not how I roll. That's not the model that I use. That is not the thing. And, you know, it's a double-edged sword, because my model doesn't pay the bills as much as the other model, where the ones, you know which ones they are. You're fucking cattle. You go in, you go out, you work out, yay, high five, suck a dick, someone with abs is saying hi to you, and then you're fucking gone, right? And then you never see them again, but they never put that impression into your head. But me and my team would give you an environment that would get your mind off things and would give you everything they can. And my team was just like me. And that's why they were fucking really, guess why they're really good? Because they give a fuck. And they understand that part. Right? And even most of them didn't want to. They had trouble charging or asking for money, because that kind of was never the motive for us. And it sucks that we live in this world that it matters and it counts, and now we're not worth it. You know, you think about, how would you feel if you went to your job and you worked your ass off and you think you did something really well based off a number you got in college or based off a number you got online for your profession? Say you're worth $100,000 for the job you did, and they were like, you know what, we're just gonna pay you 50, but you got to keep doing the same amount of work because you love it and you're passionate about it. Most of you guys would quit, right? Or be upset or try to find something else to do. And, you know, it's those years of people telling me no, that no way, I'm not paying that. Can I get a discount? That I'm officially not worth the amount that I was just asking for, which it wasn't that much. It was a competitive price. And you get the resistance of it, and you know, it was a tough call. It's a tough way to try to measure yourself, because we could say self-worth is, what do you think about yourself? And what do you want the definition of self-worth? I'll give you the fucking definition of self-worth right now. Like, it's what one believes of oneself, I believe. I forget what it is. Self-worth. And, that's why I want to fucking slice my throat sometimes. Because I don't know what the fuck it means. Self-worth. Another term for self-esteem. Yeah, okay, good. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing, Google. Self-worth is the opinion you have about yourself and the value placed on yourself. An example of self-worth is your belief that you are a good person who deserves things, and that your belief is that you're a bad person who deserves bad things. False. I don't believe it, because if you believe, so say your actual beliefs are based off what other people believe or what other people have conditioned you to believe, how can that be my self-worth? Because how do you know your true self-worth without the distractions of other people and other things? It's impossible. People have ingrained into you from when you were a child what you are. You're a fat piece of shit. You are a great smart kid. You're a terror. And these little things that you get ingrained to you, kind of, it sticks in. They're like affirmations. Now, when you get older, right, and then something happens, and you're a psychopath, or you're crazy, or you're quiet, and you're reserved. Now, these are the things that you believe about yourself. But was that really your own true voice? Was that really yourself understanding what you are? Rather than my self-worth is what I'm feeling, right? But who knows what they feel anymore, because it's always backed by what other people think about them. That's why it never made sense to me. Your opinions of yourself are always based on other people's opinions of what they think about you. Unless you're really good at it. But at some point, somewhere, a lot of the things you think about yourself are influenced by someone else. So is that your true self? Which is why sometimes I want to fucking just trip, right? And eliminate all of these thoughts and find out, who do I think I really am? Just kind of, will it cancel out the noise? I don't know. That's what I heard it does, right? Like, you take a fucking DMT trip or a fucking mushroom trip, which is fantastic sometimes. And you do find out more about yourselves and confronted with some traumas and confronted with different things. But you have to realize that. It takes a lot of practice, right? It takes a lot of times to do it over and over and over again. And when I was taking it, I realized more things about myself. When I did microdosing, I never really did too much, but enough to where I had find some clarity behind it. But what is your true self-worth? And I don't think many people know that. Because we only know what we were told, and we only know what we experienced. And for me, most of my experience in a professional career level is that I'm not worth it. And I'm sure there's 1,000 coaches and personal trainers and that feel the same way. But you work your ass off. It's not saying you're going to quit, right? You're not going to say you're not going to make it to try to make it happen. I tried to make it happen. I made it happen. But it doesn't mean I didn't feel any better about myself and who I was and what I did. Because that's a fucking tough road to sit there and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm not worth it. Because 5 out of 10 people say that, no, I'm not going to pay that amount for a service that's going to change your life. Or quit because it's just not worth it. I don't know. It's something to think about, and that's it. Right? It's something that you have to look at when thinking about your self-worth. Now, is your self-worth actually you, your true self, understanding what your worth is or what you believe in yourself? Or is your self-worth based off other people's opinions and expectations from you? So that is your self-esteem. Of course we have low self-esteem because no one here knows who the fuck they are. No one knows what the fuck they're supposed to do. because we can't say what we really want to feel. And that's why I miss stand-up comedy, because that stand-up, especially the good ones, like Bill Burr, like he says what's on his mind, but it makes sense, and he gives you valid reasons and analogies why. Right? But they can't, in world, you can't say how you really feel sometimes, because it'll hurt someone's feelings. It might be illegal. It just won't make you feel better. So self-worth is something that I just have to work on, obviously. But is it really my opinion of myself? Or is it other people's opinions making my opinion? I don't know. And I guess I'll do more research and talking. But I'm done for this episode. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm in a closet and my whole family's here. So I wanted to make sure I got this out this week, because it was really on my mind. I'm going to think a little bit more. If you have any comments, guys, please let me know, like, what you think. Right? Let me know what you think. What do you think is self-worth? What's self-esteem to you? Do you have any? Most of us don't. And if so, we have very low self-esteem, which is why we listen to shit like this and talk about shit like this, because we're looking for an answer, because we're looking for hope. We're looking for a different way of thinking. Maybe self-esteem and this whole search is just bullshit for them to sell stuff to us. I don't know. I got a lot to think about, and hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much. All right, I'll see you guys later. It's Pete from Alone in My Head podcast, episode number 60, here from the closet. Thank you for coming out. Peace out. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. How do you turn this off? Bye, everybody.